Hello, everybody. Hello, humans. Welcome to the post-show podcast, or as I like to call it, the post-show series pod. That was an assassination attempt. How's everyone doing tonight? Get some uproar in the audience. Oh man, this audience is going crazy. Let's
Jump, put the boat down. Jump, put the boat down.
Shut the fuck up.
So let's introduce our lovable
This is
cast
my
members.
gag.
Shh.
But we're supposed to be in the boat together. That's the whole thing.
Shut up! Let me talk!
I'm Ennui. I didn't introduce you. Did I say your name? Anyways, we got some lovely people who are going to be coming on the stage in a second. First things first, we have the gun fanatic himself. Come on stage, British kid. That was a really good take. I'm really glad you did it on the first attempt. Next, we have the furry and the gay representation.
Hey, furry in the boat! Let's go!
He said
Let's
the lie.
go! I gotta get oh shit.
You should probably put that back. I'm just saying.
There we go, it works.
Next we have the one who likes to play as really obscure skins that nobody gets half the time. We have Ennui Gaming.
Yay. My microphone sucks.
Oh wait, that is the right seat. Next we have the one that tends to be paired with Noel.
Technical difficulties.
That's the monkey ball. The monkey ball lover. Nambo.
What does this button over here do?
Don't
touch
press.
him.
That first of all, that's not a button. Second of all, don't flick it.
Don't touch him.
Sit in your assigned seat, Dambo. I'll come over there and smack you.
Get your ADHD ass in that fucking seat.
There's a barrier.
Jump on
Get
the
on the-
trapdoor.
Oh.
Finally, we have the Barncore host himself and a good friend of mine,
Oh, I have a
who is
crafting
very
table on my head.
awesome and cool, Noel.
Dambo,
Woo!
the
Hey,
bitches.
hello. How do I get in here?
What
This,
if I will?
Okay, I can get up
Maybe
this
if you
way.
were paying
This is cool.
attention, you would have
I paid
caught on
attention.
earlier.
I like how
Noel.
only Noel was introduced as a good friend.
Yeah,
Because
I'm the good
you're
one.
Fucking assholes.
All right. So
These
we're
are
gonna
some bitches.
we're gonna be going over everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. We're going over every season, every recording. We got a whopping 28 questions. I know that's a lot to count,
Jesus.
but we have that many.
It's
Damn!
actually kind of a lot.
But
Dambo, go.
That's more questions than I expected.
our first category is on Minecraft 1, which has no questions.
Yo, let's
So,
go.
I have a
But
question.
wait,
Well, we
I
all-
feel like...
Do we get to talk about it though?
We do.
Yay!
I don't remember Minecraft 1.
Minecraft 1 is like 3 years ago. We don't remember anything about it.
All I remember is that it was
Minecraft 1. That was like the best. I love
All I
Minecraft 1.
all I remember is that it was supposed to be it was gonna be a joke when the first episode was released.
Yeah. Funny story. Once the first episode was released, the season was scrapped. we only had 6 episodes made, and I was just like, wouldn't it be funny if the season just like abruptly had like episode 20 release whenever the last episode was episode 6, and we would all just die in episode 20, and it'd be really funny.
Yeah, wait, no, I think we recorded it.
Yeah,
and it was
you-
you and I. We got the final skull, and then British just showed up and killed both of us.
Yeah, that's what happened. I don't think we have the footage anymore, but it was really funny. Trust
I
me.
have the footage. I'm like
my
90%
God.
sure.
Show it.
British.
British, stop with the dogs. You're not
You got dogs.
The bit's not funny.
The bit is funny.
Anyways,
Dambo, I can't hear myself think.
Can we give Nambo an iron door?
Expect these first few segments to go by pretty fast because we don't really have much to talk about that isn't already seen. There was
Shut up.
there was also a scrapped session because it was on easy mode.
Oh yeah,
And,
that one was so great.
Never heard that one before.
Basically,
Man,
Shaman killed by
so
not being
stupid.
there.
Shaman was killed by not being there, and I just kind of fell to my death in the Nether. Everyone else
so
won.
funny to look at. I tried my best to like make it a good death. I don't know what that means anymore.
Here's the thing, alright?
This is horrible.
What happened was my sprint broke because I'm one of those people that like is stuck with like the double tapping sprint because I'm just so used to it. And my sprint broke.
That's a bad sprint.
It's a bad sprint, but I'm just used to it. I did that in the Nether, and my sprint broke and I fell, and it was really sad.
Yikes.
I cried every time.
It was really good.
All
Ralph
one
and Try were wanting to make it as boring as possible, but other than that, it was a good recording. Minecraft.
Ralph and Try were being Ralph and Try.
Minecraft 2, also not really that interesting.
TNT was supposed
Do
to be
any
there.
questions?
TNT was supposed to be there, and
Yeah, it was supposed to be TNT instead of Ralph.
TNT
Yeah.
showed up like, as it started. It was so sad.
TNP
There
showed
was
up
a
like
scrap-
10 minutes after we started.
yeah,
And
and there was a scrap session too, I think.
There was another scrap session where it was also on easy mode. This is a running trend in our early seasons.
Yeah,
So this is also the best season because I won the season.
Hey, that'll probably be talked about more in season 4
Okay.
because that's what it really.
Tomb was a Tomb. I actually loved a Tomb. I thought it was
Hey, no.
unpopular opinion.
Hey, no.
Like,
Yeah.
Look at me.
yeah.
Attune yourself some bitches.
alright,
You know. Okay.
now that we're past the boring stuff, let's get to the interesting stuff. Season 3...
Oh, yeah.
Season...
Start.
Yeah,
No.
No, it's interesting.
No,
Wait,
no. No,
Has the lag ever been explained?
no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, anyway, what do those levers do?
You'll see. If Noah acts up, you'll see.
That's a warning. Season 3 is
What did I do?
Invasion.
Do we have
Wait,
any
we have
questions
one-
about it?
We have one
Wait, we're not
question
talking
about
about
Invasion.
DST?
We actually
Let's hear the
have a
question.
question about Invasion.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Oh,
No
you
way.
mean DST3, right?
No.
DST3?
No.
Or DC1, season 3.
Season
Wait,
3
Can we talk about season 3 though, real quick? Because I
No.
think it's
No.
No?
No.
We can't
Wait.
talk about the fact that I crashed the entire server and killed like 3 people.
No.
By playing Monkey Ball?
We can't talk about. Okay, I want to talk about
Come
What are
on,
you
that. though.
talking
why?
about?
So you have to at least graze over that because there's people who just started watching who don't know about it, and I think it's
gonna pull a
definitely
lever.
the. No. You have to let me at least mention what happened.
Is anyone?
I was gonna pull
I
the lever
would
before
let you
if I
mention
could.
what happened, but what are you talking about?
So in season 3,
No, like,
Right.
no, like, we
Jump,
never
look at the
record.
camera.
We never. Season 3 wasn't DST, it was Invasion.
Okay, so in the recording of DST that never happened.
yes,
Yeah,
in the
the-
recording
the
of
fi-
DST that never happened.
Uh huh.
Look at the camera jump.
So in the
Look in the
recording
reco-
of season
look in the recording-
3,
look in the recording, you
the
little
fake season 3, 2.5 DST
Uh-huh.
that never happened.
Uh huh.
Basically, I was hosting the server. It was my first season.
Uh huh.
With Ennui Core. I was hosting it, and then I died like episode 1 to the dragonfly.
Uh-huh.
And so instead of being a reasonable person and just getting up from my computer and leaving, I decided to start playing Monkey Ball.
Uh-huh.
The computer was running on my local like
Mhm.
shitty
Yeah,
laptop.
Go on.
So it killed Null because of the frogs that were lagging. It killed Fight off camera because of lag, and I believe it also ended up killing. Did it kill anyone else?
I think it killed me.
Probably killed. I think it killed at least 3 people because the server was just chugging along
That's
while I
what-
was
someone's
playing.
in it.
that's
Someone's
that's
normal.
really cool. Anyways, let's talk about season 3,
Aw.
Invasion.
Invasion, my favorite season.
We have one question from Laubzy, and it says, "Were there any other ideas for the Invasion overlay you had?" Not really. It just kind of always stayed like that. It was the idea I had super early on, and it stuck.
The one with like the nameplates, right?
Yeah, that one was a funny one.
The mob's broken place blocks to get to. Anyway, it's really hot in here. Let me like strip for you all.
Invasion is the season that kind of skyrocketed. It was the one that kind of grew the series. It was a big
Yeah.
step forward for us.
It was a really good season, like on its
Yeah.
own.
I love standing on top of my table.
Because it was such like an
That's the
underdog
season
story.
where That's the season where I finally leached off of you for shame.
Yeah.
Dude, I
And
still think
I got, the dividends paid out. Now I'm a famous hardcore kid.
Yeah.
Finally.
I still think your death that season was easily my favorite of all the seasons ever.
Can we
like, of
talk
any
about
deaths.
that? That was so tragic.
Oh my god.
The fucking
Yeah.
Guardian.
I'm not sure I've ever explained how it felt. I realized as I was getting knocked off, I heard the sound, but I didn't see it. I didn't think it would be possible, right? Because I was so far away that A, they wouldn't aggro on me, and B, they did, like, the laser wasn't there. It couldn't knock me off. So I actually timed it just perfectly so that I would die. If I decided to be any quicker and I placed my water bucket down, when it hit me, I would have just stayed in the water and lived. That was my plan, right? And if I was actually any slower, right, I would have gotten knocked off before I placed my water down. And I would have had back then I was really, really good at water buckets. I basically take for granted that if I didn't place my water at that exact moment, I would have lived.
Yeah,
So
I
it
don't
was
think I would.
It's
really
also it's also a
awful
really
bit.
bad mixture of mods for us because we use the Monster Swarm mod, which completely gets rid of the draw distance for mobs aggroing.
Yeah, so
Along-
that's why I got you.
And along
then-
with
It was
that,
my
there was
fault.
also the Cork mod, which let
Yeah.
the Guardians spawn in the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's the beginning of my long line of killing people, accidentally or purposefully.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
you killed Shaman, and then I watched you die. That was kind of funny.
It's pretty ridiculous looking
That-
back how hard that season was. Like, other than
That-
the sections that we had it on easy because the server sucked, like, that was a tough season. Like,
That was
was
one of my two things. One, that was one of my favorite credit spits, which was British. No one believed him about the mobs placing blocks, including him.
Well, it's because of the Monster Swarm or one of the other mods that we had. Zombies were supposed to break and place blocks to get to us, and then it was just, like a certain Y level that we needed to be. Shut up, dog. A certain Y level that we had to be below.
There's a whole, because there were several hours cut out of that. From
Oh, there was
like,
a lot cut out.
There
when
Oh
we
my
were
God,
like
yeah.
when me and Null and Jum were just kind of wandering around, and there was like a while where I was in like a house, a random generated house on my own, while the two of them went to get stuff to trade for ender pearls, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
there was so much that happened.
And then when y'all got back, we actually saw the first like real bit of the mobs breaking blocks as like the house around us got sieged. It was
That
actually-
was
Yeah.
terrifying, dude.
It was
Like, the whole house
terrifying.
crumbling.
The
But
thing
it
was,
right.
you
was-
couldn't really fit it into an episode because there was so much of nothing surrounding it. It was just that one really good moment mixed with a bunch of like cut out stuff.
The two
Yeah.
of you talking to each other and me like dicking around and I think playing Final Fantasy.
So
Yeah,
basically,
no.
I gaslit everyone into thinking that I was just not being just.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't.
No, you
I
were- you
didn't
were
gaslight
right, it's
anyone at
fault.
all. I
No,
don't
just
know what
because it
you're
was on
talking
easy,
about.
I think, and I don't think they did it on easy mode. So when we finally switched it to hard at points, like we started seeing like the actual events happening. It was
Yeah.
all the deaths that season were honestly great. Like every single one of them was just like fucked in some way.
By the way, this is a little plug, but I lost the original invasion commands a while ago, but I actually remade them a few months ago, and I will put that
Oh.
in the description.
Also,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's so crazy.
Next, we
You
have
better come to Random Randos if you want the real version.
next we have Hijard Core 1, the quest
Oh,
for the
is it I got
Shrimpo.
questions?
No,
Did anyone ask-
no.
Oh, can I talk about how
I
Oh,
thought you
my-
were going to the. Wait, no.
can I talk about
this-
being Try's amazing adventure?
Yeah, that was real. Please talk about
Because
that.
what happened? Okay, so that was we were doing maze, and Jum, you fucking were like, this is how you do maze quick, and jumped down and died.
Yeah, it was a really impressive tutorial.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. And then everyone else fucking died on the way down.
See, they followed my advice. Great work.
Everyone else fucking died either like from pigmen, normal zombies falling. I think Penguin got bandited.
Wait, who died to Pikmin? I didn't think they were in
Pigman.
Minecraft.
No,
Pig.
Pigman.
You said Pikmin.
Shut up. But
No, we don't deserve rights.
so then it was just me and Try in the fucking maze, and we get out. Like I remember, like people were still talking in the VC, and I kind of wanted to keep like it just me and Try, so we went into a DM call, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but Discord did not want to work, so I would be hearing things from him like a full like 2 or 3 minutes after he said them.
That's fucking awful.
Like we were going to Helltree, and when like on the way up to Helltree, there's like a point where depending on how you're going up, you have to jump over some lava. And when he jumped across, he went ow. And I heard it when we were at the top, like about at Helltree.
Yeah.
I timed it. I think it was legitimately 2.5 minutes or so.
Other than that, there's also Try editing it, which is about that. I just didn't have. This is like the one exception to my like strange motivation for editing, but I just did not have the motivation to edit that along with All Stars, which we'll talk about later. Just because of my old job basically killed any enjoyment I had for editing back then. So
Krispy Kreme.
Try edit it both as a favor and also to practice editing. So it was a win-win.
I wonder if he ever did anything with those editing skills.
I wonder. Maybe you should look up Triforce of Link and look at this weird thing called triathlon. Stop breaking the floor.
I keep forgetting I'm in creative.
I think you should drop her down.
Anyways, yeah, good idea.
No.
Anyways, our next season is a fan favorite. We have Between Lands.
Oh god.
Is it a fan favorite? I have no idea.
Damn, I love that season. I wish I could have been in it, but I was like in Nevada.
I'm joking. Like, I'm joking at our expense, but people genuinely do love that season, from what I see. And we do have one question for it, and it says, it's from Sonicraft 118, and it says, is there any specific reason you chose Between Lands over, say, a different Dimension mod or some other modded idea? I had the idea to do a Between Lands season as early as season 2, but a certain fellow named Amber, otherwise known as Inro, did a Between Lands season pretty recently, and I didn't want to seem like a ripoff, so I was like, what other Dimension mod could I do? Oh, I know, a Tomb. And then like a year later, whenever I wanted to get something out quickly, because I had spent several months not working on anything, I was like, I guess Between Lands will do.
God,
And this was after All Stars got recorded.
Yeah.
Oh my
Between
God.
Lands, I feel like it's a
oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Anyways, I feel like Between Lands is a pretty decent enough recording, but I feel like both the concept of it and how aimless the actual recording is kind of drags it down, but I still enjoy it.
It was okay. I like the idea of going for like a survival horror thing. I think you did that really well.
I remember because Jim got genuinely freaked out.
Yeah. Oh god, can I talk a little about that?
Okay. The bit at the beginning of episode 9 of a 30-minute break was not a joke.
No.
So
basically. I have
the camera is that way.
Oh yeah. So basically, I have a horrible fear of bugs. If that isn't clear already, like IRL, if there's a bug, I like yell my roommate to grab it for me. This was back when I was like, this was freshman college. Dude, this was 2 years ago. That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I knew that there was like spooky things. Like I wasn't too worried about it. But the moment those like the infestation things, like it literally sent me into like panic mode. Like IRL. A lot of it's cut out, but there's a lot of points where I just had trouble like moving myself in game because of like the fear of like anything like happening. Like then the boulders kicked in and like the whites happened, and I was just I think I made a joke in like Progressive Nightmares that like Between Lands forever altered how I play Minecraft, and I wasn't kidding. Because I've like I it made me such a nervous wreck for the whole recording. And that 30-minute break was like me leaving my room. I went downstairs. I went and grabbed snacks from the vending machine. I sat on my couch for like 10 minutes and I like just took deep breaths. I think at one point as well I went into a solo world and I like forced myself to like put the infestation on my screen and just watch it. Like I had to like exposure therapy myself just so I could keep playing.
This is my first time hearing this last
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, no, I exposure therapied myself like right before we continued recording because I was that scared. I was legitimately like terrified.
If I knew that they added the bugs, and if I knew, like genuinely, if I knew they added the bugs, and if I knew you had such a bad fear of them, I would not have invited you. I am so sorry.
No, because you know what's really funny? You know what's really funny?
I love that season.
You know what's really funny? I want to say this. So, I will not name the person or the thing, but I later got invited to a hardcore that had many of the same, like, horror mods. And the person who invited me had seen Between Lands, and they had to quintuple check that I was okay with recording. Because they, like, knew I was that badly affected by Between Lands, and they had to, like, make sure I was okay doing it.
It's interesting that got like through, considering a lot of it was cut.
Yeah, that was.
It was worse than what was shown.
Yeah,
I hated that season. I hated that.
Other
season
than
so
that,
much.
I'd say the season was good.
I liked it. Yeah. Other than that,
the Dimension mod is meh.
The mod itself is kind of mid. I'm gonna be real.
Oh yeah.
Better than Entomb, but like Twilight
This bitch
Forest.
empty.
I like Twilight Forest more than it. Having
Alright.
actually played through Twilight Forest semi-recently.
Next season.
I love the Between Lands. That's my favorite season that I was
Shut
a
up,
part
man.
of.
We'll talk.
I forgot that you were here,
We'll
Nambo.
talk about it, Nambo. Don't worry. Next, we've got Burnout Fantasy with 3 questions. Question number 1 is from this pretty niche guy named Nambo, and he says, "How the frick did I fall off the edge of the barrier platforms in such a spectacularly brainless fashion?"
That was the you asked us to send a test question to make sure that the poll was working, and so that was the one that I sent.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Brain between your ears. It's just a command block there.
Man block with a monkey ball in it.
Yeah.
I gotta say, how did you do that, Nambo?
I believe it involved the S key on my keyboard walking in the reverse direction.
I just want you to know, Nambo, that was one of the easiest areas in the map, and you somehow died there because you didn't bother dealing with the Striders at all. You just bridged over the entire area.
Beautiful. Like an epic winner.
Like the 20 minutes of you just bridging.
Oh my god.
I've never used Striders before, and I didn't want my first time to just be like me falling off of it instantly.
Your first time? Yeah, I lost my Strider virginity.
The next question from Crooked HW says, please, thank you. Try there is a creeper spawner on the tree next to the monument. Also, hi Ralph. Ralph is not here. Next question. Billy asks, why is Infinitron so fucking hot?
I don't know.
That's an Infinitron ult if I ever seen one before.
That's all the questions for Burnout Fantasy. We did have a failed Burnout Fantasy recording, which you can briefly see in one of the clips. The part where I died to an Enderman in episode 4.
Dude,
it
was
great. To invite me to Burnout Fantasy for some reason.
Because I don't trust you in a CTM map.
I was so sad that one got like I couldn't make it to the second recording because I clutched the shit out of that desert wool in the original one.
Yeah, Jum was the last one left. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, what happened to that recording?
When we like fucked
bad,
we decided to re-record it in the desert of how badly we did.
Yeah,
and then we did slightly better.
Logan's death was amazing. Logan also didn't make it into the second session, right? But his like oh double shit, oh triple shit is like one of the funniest deaths I've seen in a long time.
I remember seeing that video, but I didn't know where it was actually from.
Yeah, no, it was such a tragedy.
Okay, that one still exists, so you could show that.
I'm gonna have to dig up me getting that wool at the end there because that was like almost the perfect like.
Yeah, that
play.
was almost like a super clutch, but then you died with the wool.
It was like
Right.
right as I was leaving, but like I actually got it. I made it around, and then like I'll have to find that recording because it was very good.
Yeah, no, and
Alright.
like my death, I just completely lost it mentally. My mind was gone.
It was a
by the
rough
time I
session.
died. It was a hilarious time.
By the way, Kashino was also in that, and Kashino also, I think, died second.
Yeah, that was a weird like failed session because like we just did the same thing but switched out like 5 of the cast members.
It's not that we switched them out; is that they couldn't make it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was one of one of the biggest cast switches we had.
Hammy
Of
was
like a
also a
scrap
last minute
session
guest,
versus a proper
as
session.
mentioned in the season, which was, I think, suggested by Nappy. So kudos to you, Nappy. Hammy's a cool guy.
Swag nappy moment.
Next is DST skill issue with shockingly no questions.
What?
It's a skill issue. It's a skill issue.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
This is one of my favorite seasons, honestly.
The best time I've ever had playing DST.
I got a question. I got a question.
By the way,
Because I wasn't in that.
by the way, White House, let me do something real quick. Here,
Give me a bunch
here's
of
some
food.
food.
Yep.
Here's some food. Here's a
Yeah.
cake. Here's 64.
I'm bad at the game.
I didn't know that would work. Sorry.
Here you go. Here you go.
You're still in survival mode, aren't you?
Here you go.
I'm bad at the game.
Here you go.
So I could not.
Ever
Here you
rotten
go.
potatoes?
Here you go.
I'm just fucking destroying the items.
Now you no longer have to whine about starving.
Are we not in peaceful mode? Wait, what?
Yeah, we're in
No.
peaceful
It's a
mode.
We're in
DST joke
hardcore.
jump.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Anyways,
How
I do
did
gotta-
die that season? How did I die?
Oh,
How did
yeah.
I-
You
how
did
did
the
I die?
best way
British's
possible.
death is
You
British's
are
death
actually my
continues to
favorite death in the series.
I still have no fucking clue how I died.
You got sanity,
Okay.
I think. I think you went insane.
Basically,
Yeah, I
British.
was still sane.
Let me explain,
Oh.
British. What happened is that there is a monster. Basically, there's a thing called the random event in the uncompromising mode mod, where it just it's every night there will be a random event. That night summoned a bunch of monsters that drain your sanity, and once your sanity is depleted, it drains all of your health. And because there were so many, it just like stacked on top of each other. Super
You didn't have
quickly.
much to begin with either at that point, so it was really quick. Because Noel survived quite a bit with that.
Lowell almost got killed.
Dude, I shit my pants. That was the most scared I had ever been in Anyways Hardcore.
That was insane.
It was
That
the most out of nowhere death, I think.
It was the most
We
bullshit.
were doing so good, and
It
then
is not the
suddenly
most bullshit. That is
No.
not.
It was an incredibly, just a purely bullshit death, right? I will 100% agree with you, but it was definitely on the ratio between levels of bullshit and levels of good. It was there could not be more of a difference. It was extremely good, extremely bullshit.
I have had the most bullshit deaths. You cannot say that.
Why
don't
else
count
whenever she
Rios.
sees a corner?
You don't count Wiles.
What? Oh my god.
I almost died to Google Chrome my house.
Anyways, the next thing we're gonna talk about is the first mini hardcore double up murder mystery.
Oh wait, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Are
Never
there
mind. I
questions
retract
for
my
that?
laugh.
This introduces the Ethan comma arc.
Oh yeah.
So I commissioned Ethan comma to edit 3 minis initially, so that they would all release around Christmas to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of Ennui HC. That didn't happen, and then the third mini, which now that it's never going to come out, it was a man versus machine mini. We didn't have a lot of footage, so it got scrapped. So that just left the Trouble in Terrace Town mini and the double up murder mystery. Ethan spent forever editing it, and it was not his fault.
Oh my god, yeah, that was like the worst arc I've ever seen for like an editing thing.
Oh my god,
That was worse editing hell than Atom, dude. And that was bad.
Yeah.
Every time, like, just randomly, I see Ennui ping Ethan in, like, announcements or whatever, and it's like, hey,
It corrupted.
No way. It corrupted, it crashed, I'm rendering it.
Premiere lost half of its files.
Oh, yeah, it was a fucking
It was recorded in October 2021.
god.
It was
Oh
not
my-
meant to be released.
Yeah, but against all odds, it ended up releasing.
Premiere
It-
tried so hard.
Wouldn't say a word for most cursed season ever, I think.
British, you should face the camera, and just a suggestion.
No,
Okay. Next.
you can't make me.
This is a fan favorite, another fan favorite. This is Hijard Core 2 Dark Web.
I'm so mad I was not in that season.
Well, you
The
should
whole
have
dark-
reacted.
I was asleep.
Then you should have reacted harder.
All right. Yeah, no. The whole dark web meme, the unfriended thing.
That's just an inside
British-
joke with our group.
Yeah, that was an inside joke between like British and I mostly. We watched the original Unfriended movie together a long ass time ago, and we had the greatest time like making fun of it as we
You should
did.
rewatch it again.
Not the first one. This Dark Web we could totally rewatch. I
Hey,
don't
no?
really remember how Dark Web
Look
2
at me, no? Sorry.
goes. I'm looking.
The reason we
I gave
did,
you a fucking card.
anyways, the reason we did Dark Web instead of the original, even though the original's more infamous, is just because it would fit with the theming more of the recording.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
this is
also-
Darknet.
This is
My
Dark Web.
absolute favorite fucking thing is to just randomly look at that video and see all the people who are
I
so
know,
mad
right?
at you.
It is easily my most viewed project, and
That's
it is specifically because it's clickbait.
My
Granted,
God,
it's
yeah.
really
So
bad
funny.
clickbait, and if you fell for it, you're stupid.
I'd imagine, like, I really want to imagine that there's someone out there that, like, became a hardcore kid, like, by finding that video while
I'm
looking
pretty sure
for
there were
Unfriended
some.
2.
I
I'm
hope to
pretty sure
God.
there were a few.
Hey, actually,
Probably were.
if you're watching this right now, person,
If you're watching this video, and you found the
Comment
channel
down
through
below.
other
my
than
God.
Unfriended 2 Dark Web full movie.
Comment in the description below and give a
Oh,
like
but
and
fuck-
hit the bell.
fucking jump
Oh my
murdering
God.
me.
Yes, okay. So, anyone didn't fucking tell us who the other moles were. He just told us we were moles, and he didn't say that, like, oh yeah, Whitehouse and Kilobytes are both the other murderers. So when we're in the tower and Whitehouse is in front of me on a giant ledge, my first instinct is just push her off, easy. And she didn't. She didn't get a chance to participate because of that.
Off topic.
Yeah,
This is,
oh,
this
go
is
ahead.
off topic. British, no, we're not still doing the Bed Wars mini.
Oh.
No, I
That's-
wanted to play Bed War.
the best thing is that when you first hit me, you didn't immediately knock me off, and what I was gonna try and do was like let you know, because at that point I knew you were also a murderer, so I was gonna try and let you know subtly that like I was also a murderer. I didn't react initially until like you like fully killed me.
I think it's funnier that way, especially considering what happened later.
It was,
Oh my God,
I'll be
you
honest,
know
it was an
fucking
accident.
Dexter?
I just forgot, but I think it's funnier that the moles just didn't know.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that was intentional.
No,
No,
I just forgot.
It ended up being funnier. It
You
ended
gave-
up adding to the scuffness of it.
you,
Oh, but I
you give me too
later
much
I
credit.
Later, I watched that and then finally watched the fucking like. How long were y'all looking for Nectar?
About an hour.
About
Oh
an
my
hour.
god. Nectar's arc there was the like most infuriating thing I've ever had to deal with, dude. That was so good.
Hilarious.
Is this also not the most viewed video on your channel, Ennui?
It is.
Yeah.
It is by far like 8,000 views plus more
It's
than
te-
the Invasion
Yeah.
first episode.
I know it's over 10K right now. Or
Invasion's
back-
first episode is 2.4K. In Hijard Core 2 is 11K.
Where on earth did
No,
it?
it's actually at 12K now.
Is it 12K?
That's
Oh my
beautiful.
god.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
want this to be the first hardcore video to ever, like, fan hardcore to ever reach, like, 100k. Just by pure, like, dumb shit.
By the way, I just want everyone to know Dario's not playing Omori. Anyways.
Dario is now playing Omori.
Anyways, what's next? I forgot. Let me check the little listy.
Is it not TTT?
Yeah, no, it is mini number 2, which is the RR swap core.
Oh, that was just a casual we
Oh,
hosted. It ended up being really good.
That was
It was a casual I hosted back when I was like working in Iowa, and I was on like a crappy laptop. That was a whole lot of fun.
What happened with that was that was just kind of impromptu made as a mini. Like, we just decided, let's record and edit this, depending on...
We record a lot of our events.
Yeah, we
and
record a lot of
usually
casuals.
I try to post some of them.
Yeah. Do we even, like...
And that was, like, technically the first real open invite mini, because technically anyone could have joined, so I'm just saying there could have been a universe where, like, Game Boy could have been an Ennui HC guest.
But we got, like, a relatively, like typical cast, I think. Because, like, Kleppy was in it, and Kleppy's now kind of, like, a regular person in our group outside of hardcores.
Yeah.
And then Infinitron was in it, Logan, British, you, Noel was in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happened to...
Oh,
yeah,
Nemo.
no, I hosted it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
of course Nemo was there. Nemo had the best fucking death.
Oh my god.
Nambo had
The
to
swap.
get the commands working.
Yeah.
Nemo, are you here?
Dambo's
Yes.
dead.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We didn't even, like, think of skins, did we?
Not really, we just kind of
No.
played.
Well,
I think
yeah.
I was the only one to change my skin to something else, and it was the... Head on down here, there's a Ford dealer where we have great deals on cars. It's truck month.
Good.
I know that.
Goodbye.
I can't even remember what my skin was. I was like. I was so fucking pissed at Infant for robbing us.
If we're gonna
That
talk
was
about
so
anything with
lame.
this season, can we talk about British's insane run of, like, both incredible and horrible luck?
Oh my god!
British
No
British
dying
got
and-
so unlucky in that.
Oh my
Try
gosh,
not-
I feel so bad for British. We were best
just-
friends.
We
I
were
was gonna
just
I was
bros.
gonna defend British to the death, right? But like I died in the worst way possible.
Right,
Like I couldn't have screwed him over more.
right after anyone left too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I never had a skin or anything, but I think the one like memorable thing with me was that's where this riverbank makes for a good rest in place started. Or at least I think that's where it
That's
started.
where it started. I thought it was like something from the other things that we do.
Oh, it's a
that's
it's a Brutal Moose reference, but
Who
Yeah.
took my book?
Anyways,
EE.
the next thing on our list
back,
is
put it
the Trouble in Terrace Town mini.
that of hell.
This is a funny one. This was even more so hell for Ethan.
Oh my god.
That's really all we have to say about it.
Poor
Yeah, no,
Ethan, dude. Ethan's such a trooper, though. Like,
he is.
bless that man.
all of like what oh, and then after he posted it, he said, I tried my absolute hardest not to make this a shit post, but you guys ended all the rounds in a minute, give or take. I was left with no choice.
Yeah, there were a lot of other cool rounds that I might edit as like a continuation, like TTT2.
We're never
But
gonna beat the big Chungus round.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the
It's
future
so
has
funny
in store.
because that was like a year ago, so that big Chungus thing was like outdated then, and it's like
We all
even more
forgot about
outdated
it.
now, dude.
It is so outdated.
It was outdated then, it's outdated now. I'm
I'm
glad I was not in that.
finally we have
We have one more after this one. This isn't the last one.
next we have the big un.
Progressive.
Did we ever talk about All Stars?
We'll
Uh,
get to that.
All
I think
Stars
we're
wasn't
getting-
real.
I think we're going to scrapped after like
Oh, that would be scrapped, wouldn't it? Okay.
Next, we've got Progressive Nightmares with 3 questions.
Before we-
Actually,
before-
wait. I just realized I missed a question. I am so sorry.
How dare you?
Technically,
Dario is now playing Omori.
2 questions in the Hijardcore A2 category that I forgot about.
Oh, yes! Let's hear 'em.
Okay,
Yeah?
it's from both Claire and possibly not Ian. They asked basically the same question. Will there be more Hijardcore A?
Yeah.
Yes. There will be
Yeah.
one. There will be one more. It is really good. It is so funny.
We may or may not have recorded it last night.
We may
No.
have. Yeah, we literally recorded it last night. It was
No,
so
I have to go.
dumb.
Wait, what now?
I have to go eat.
The first question for canceled seasons is from Hammy. Hammy asks, "How tasty were they?" Most were average. All Stars was amazing. A few of them were a bit icky.
I had a few icky ones. Do we have like a list of all of them? Like,
most of them more for what became.
Based on memory, this is counting scrapped sessions. There was the scrapped Minecraft 1 session, the scrapped Minecraft 2 session. There was the first 10 minutes of the DST1 attempt, but DST1 doesn't exist, so who cares? There was All Stars, go figure. There was Starlight. There was one other scrapped season 4.
wasn't it the one?
Terraria.
Oh, there was a Terraria one. I forgot about that.
And there's like
Terraria.
There was 3 or 4 of what eventually became Progressive Nightmares.
There's Terraria.
Yeah,
there was also the one where you were under. There was still the spawn rate one.
going under. There was several scrapped Progressive Nightmares attempts. What would become Progressive Nightmares, and there was the scrapped Burnout Fantasy attempt, and I think that's everything.
I killed.
I'm trying to think.
I killed Cash in one of the Progressive Nightmare scrapped.
You did.
I'd say the scrapped Burnout Fantasy attempt and like the first night of that one Progressive Nightmares attempt was like the best of the scrap stuff.
No, are you talking about that one?
The one, I mean, we sat in a village house as it burned to the ground.
Oh, the first one. That was the beginning of that was so good, but it just became terrible.
Yeah, it was so perfect in the beginning.
Is this the one that I threw you off the cliff?
It was.
Yes, that was the one where you threw
Also, fun fact, we mentioned that in Progressive Nightmares, but without the context. It got.
Because we were talking about like how many times we had like British that like killed people. Because there was I think 1 or 2 times in scrap sessions you just massacred people.
Cash was no.
Question number 2 is from Amethyst, and she asks, examples of canceled seasons, how much did you enjoy them compared to some of your other stuff? We already answered this practically.
I will say, of the scrap seasons that I can remember, I actually remember Starlight. That was the CTM one, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, we did Nova Arcana as well.
Oh wait, we also did
multiple
Nova
CPMs. There
Arcana.
was also
Yeah.
Chaos Craft, right?
Yeah. Oh, Chaos Craft was All Stars. Yeah. But we did Nova Arcana. I remember the Nova Arcana one actually being really fun and us getting really far, but it just ended up being not like the most entertaining quality-wise. That was one of my favorites, I think.
Also, welcome back, Wiles. I see you untransformed from the armor stand.
Oh my goodness.
We're on the canceled season segment right now, just to wait for you.
Okay.
Not Immortal and Jack P have asked, have you ever thought about making any more death comps for the scrapped attempts? Not really. We don't have a lot of footage for them, and most of them I don't think are too interesting. If I did make one, though, it would be for the Nova Arcana attempt, because that one slapped.
It really did.
The one that I killed the one that I killed Null was also pretty good.
Also,
yeah, Nova Arcana also featured like, I think there was Nova Arcana and Going Under and Starlight were all the 3 failed like season 8 recordings, right?
Starlight was a scrapped season 4 recording.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of shit that went out.
By the way,
yeah.
Unrelated, but plugging Nova Arcana Psycore, since finally a Nova Arcana Hardcore is coming out.
Which one was Nova Arcana?
That was the one that was like the big underground cave system.
And the one where you died in the trap house.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, that was terrifying, because that was when me and Ralph, we stayed at the spawn island for a while, and oh my god, me and Ralph, we built like a whole like shack and had like the dumbest fucking. It kind of reminded me, Noel, of like MC1, the original MC1, where me and Ralph were just making the shittiest jokes together.
This is referring to Noel's HC.
Yeah, like Noel's original.
You mentioned MC1, you just like brought all the life back into me, alright?
But I was thinking Nova Arcana when everyone was off like getting wool, and me and Ralph were like maintaining like the monument, and I think I have to find it. I think we built like the shack where it was like named after the basketball player. I don't remember what. I have to go back and find the footage. That
damn,
was
like,
so fun.
by the
Me
way,
and Rob had so many bro
I'm
moments
Sam
together.
from Undertale. I still have all the footage. One day I ought to just edit that whole season. Pretend like it's not.
By the way,
outdated.
no.
Hey,
This is the Ennui HC podcast, and I also
You
like
can
to
just
see
smack it, right?
that
What was that, dear?
you only like to talk. You're only talking because we're talking about Knowles HC, so I'm afraid we are gonna have to get you out of here.
Oh.
Anyways, the next.
He dead.
Let's take a gander at the questions again. The next question is from Nappy, and he
Can I
asks...
come back when we start talking about my hardcore again?
Sure.
Okay, bye.
I remember
No,
you
don't
talking...
leave any more
Nappy
buddies.
asks, I remember you talking about having hosted a Terraria season one time. What happened in it?
Oh, so
was
everyone
like-
died like before like the Eye of Cthulhu is
We had 3 people
No, that's
left
not
by the
true.
time
I
it was
died to the
brain.
brain.
Oh yeah.
But
The
I
final
can-
3. Oh yeah, because the final 3 is me, Nambo, Kashino, right?
yeah. Basically, the
Was I
death order...
involved?
Yes, the death order, I believe, was Whitehouse died first by just falling to her death at like...
Oh my
12
god, that was
I have
awful.
that footage still.
Second was me. I died to a wall creeper. British died third. He threw dynamite and placed blocks in front of him. I was like, oh, this will protect me from damage.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
The
They're
fourth and
Minecraft.
fifth deaths were Logan and Noel, and it was to the brain of Cthulhu.
And then that left me, Nambo, Kashino, and then
and
we
the
never
goal
like.
was Moonlord.
Yeah, so we were like, we'll do this another time, and then we never recorded another session.
We still got.
It was fun though. It was a good
yeah.
session, but it was just way too quick for guys.
The next question from Funny11 asks, did NUI's Ultra Minecraft Hardcore ever get filmed? If so, were there anything during the season that caused it to get cancelled or any funny such memorable moments from the
Oh
season?
my god.
I
the
hate-
mystery is going to be definitively.
I hate
solved
to
now.
break it to you, cameraman. Well, I'll get up close personal. NUI's Ultra Minecraft Hardcore, okay. Shining Keys, never existed. Okay. That's the
Oh,
joke.
no.
I'm glad we got this
It
explained.
never existed in any capacity whatsoever.
It was entirely a
created
joke.
It was created specifically for that guest trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you see the guest trailer? Do you really think I wouldn't be using a skin that wasn't a furry? Come on.
What? I don't even remember that guest. I have to rewatch. I have to find that guest trailer.
By the way, I put my death in regulars chat if y'all want to look at it later.
The last question in the canceled seasons category is, what season were you most disappointed with having to scrap All Stars?
All Stars.
All Stars, I'm
Dude.
so sad about. It was
So when the questions are over, we need to have like an All Stars talk, because like that was such a good season on its own.
I'm actually, on my
We
end,
can
I'm
just
not
do it
sad
now.
about any of them having been scrapped.
All Stars is easily my favorite of the scrapped recordings. It would have been such a good recorded season, but due to the circumstance of when it was recorded, it just wasn't meant to be.
I mean, you said that if you had had edited it with your like standard like editing, it would have taken you like a year.
Yeah, I don't think it would have lived up to the recording with my editing skills then. I think I could totally edit it now, but it's too late. Everyone already knows what happens in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And record it again.
Dude.
We
I
might.
word again and make sure we script all the deaths this time.
Yeah.
I
Every,
do
every
best-
time we talk about a new season, I realize your statement about you having the most bullshit deaths is more and more true. Oh my
yeah.
god.
Now-
Well, I want to say two things real quick about that. One, my death was bullshit, because no other fucking block in the entire map in that area has a lava under it.
Well, you should have been more careful.
And two, I remember British insisting for like a solid few days afterwards that he had intentionally died there.
No, I don't
No,
believe
I
you
actually
did. It was a drop creeper. You don't do you.
We are
do
not having this argument again. Progressive Nightmares, let's go.
Yeah.
This has
Yeah.
this has
Okay,
three
so-
questions.
Wait, before we go into the questions again, I have to say the
God
thing.
damn it.
So in episode 8, titled Diesel, fuck you. In episode
Someone
8,
ahead of you,
titled
buddy.
Diesel Nuts, and you're like, you put a 2011 Ford F-150. I owned a 2005 Ford F-150.
That's really
and I
cool.
went out to buy a 2018
That's really
Ford
cool.
F-150.
That's so
You can
cool.
British, I'm on the way to your location.
That's
You
so
got the wrong generation.
that's so cool.
You
That's really
mistruck
cool.
him.
I'm sorry, I don't speak car owner.
Anyways, the first question.
Why do you have a flint and steel?
Anyways, the first question is from Rory, and she asks, "Why did you do that to me?" Next was a lightning bolt. She asks, "Was the plan always for this season to sort of lead into culmination, or was that decided after the recording?" It was the plan from the very beginning.
That was like the idea to culminate.
Yeah,
You
Was
just
it originally
leave.
going to have some kind of revival system for if like only one person made it to the end? Wasn't that a plan? I feel like I remember that being a plan.
I don't remember that.
I think
I'm
that
fine
was
with
like a vague idea I had, but I figured it wouldn't be hard enough to require that.
And so we also didn't need it.
We
at
had
the
a
end.
4-person victory.
Yeah, we
on the
didn't
game.
end up needing it, but
It was a weird ass Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
we said it several times during recording, but it was.
It was
Here-
weird
here's
as
a-
Final
here-
Four because I wasn't
Here's
there.
a fun fact about the Progressive Nightmares. The season is designed to technically be the first stage of culmination, being a mixture of Minecraft 1 and Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
To where it's like the difficulty in between, you notice the overlay similar to Minecraft 1 and Invasion.
And it's also like
Whereas
a big
the-
collectathon, yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it has the color scheme of... The overlay is the color scheme of Minecraft 1's with like the more detail of Invasion. The twist is a mixture of the Minecraft 1 collectathon and the Invasion buffed mobs. So yeah, and even like the cast number is like the in between 8 and 10 cast members.
It's pretty
There
cool.
was 9 cast members in Progressive Nightmares?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 6 regulars, Dario, TMP, and Shaman.
I forgot that Dario existed.
Yeah.
Poor Dario, dude. Poor
Dude, I
Rip-
love
Rip my
that death
boy.
so much.
That
Yeah,
Dario,
boy.
oh
That
my
death
god,
was
Dario's
tragic.
fucking screams.
We do have one more question for Progressive Nightmares, and it's from Zatanna. And she asks, "What was British Canuck trying to say when he said, we need can Ennui in this can?"
What were you trying to say?
wasn't it censored afterwards? Like he
No!
finished the sentence, then it was censored.
Oh, no, that was
No,
a different
that was
segment.
something else. That was something else. I kind of remember what it
That
I
was
was.
what
remember
British was trying to
exactly what
say.
it was. Cut this out, NUI. Cut this out, because I don't want it making the final one.
Uh,
What it was
Next is mini number 4, which just kind of happened in between Progressive Nightmares, and that was the walls. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
my favorite
Oh
mini.
yeah, the walls.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, I think it's my personal favorite mini that we've done.
Oh,
not counting April Fool's stuff.
Can we talk about me, Nambo, and Shadow's dumbassery of like?
Oh yeah, you want
It's
to know
the
why?
worst plan of all time.
You want to know why Nambo never had any screen time after Wiles and Shadow died? Why don't you explain
Okay,
my house?
I can say it.
Let
So
Nemo
me,
explain it. Let Nemo explain it.
Nah, you guys say it.
Okay.
me and Shadow are both dumbasses. This is chronicled knowledge. And we kept talking after we were talking to Nambo because we were bored.
I remember specifically asking at one point, like, like, if you guys are dead, shouldn't you be muted or something? And then they were like, oh, no, it's a mini. Like, isn't that it's probably okay. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
No.
All I'll say is that me and Shadow are incredibly chaotic when we're in VCs together, so we kind of feed into each other's chaos.
And then Nambo's just like a little like helpless puppy who doesn't know any moral like compass and just follows whoever's near him.
Basically.
Okay.
True.
Next we got the super big one. Culmination.
Oh, wait. No. We need to say one more thing about Progressive Nightmares.
What?
Which was the best thing, which was jump.
Oh.
Do you remember? You remember what you did for like what you didn't know for most of the fucking sessions?
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about this because this is
Look at the camera.
So, yeah, so
YouTube
what
apology.
month did you come out?
I came out in like January of last year.
So edgy. So White House came out as trans to our like group at like January 2022.
January or February?
Yeah, and we recorded, I believe, around April to May. We
You
recorded
better
around
watch what
March.
you're saying. You better be
We were-
careful.
No, we
You were-
recorded around March
you
because it was when
recorded
my
March.
It was when my partner was visiting me. I remember
And
that.
it was before I bought my truck.
So this was a period of time where I was just not active in random randos, and I had no clue that White House had came out as trans. So anyway, I had to carefully cut out for an entire season me misgendering White House over and
Me
over
correcting
again.
him.
So you
Yeah.
can hear it one time when we get the eye from
I
the
couldn't
Elder
cut it
Guardian.
out.
I go, he got it, and she goes, she.
I couldn't cut it out.
It was the last. Jump finally learned on the last. Like, we were walking to the fucking, like, end city thing.
White
Or
Fortress.
What?
No, we were. It was
Oh.
It was during the Betweenlands. It was during
Yeah.
Wait, was it
Culmination.
during Betweenlands?
Yes,
Yes.
because
It was
we were exhausted and we was quiet and we were taking we'll talk about that later. But we were taking so long to find it, and I was just mentioning something. I mentioned I said he pronoun again, and you went she, and I'm like, wait a minute. I looked over, and I like paused my game, and I'm like, what?
It was so funny.
Anyways,
And then Rihanna had to casually explain to me that she had been out as trans for 3 months, I think, at that point, and I had no clue. So that was,
Jum, look at me.
yeah.
You're one dense motherfucker.
anyways,
I kind of deserve
I want to
that.
make it clear, Jum is not a terrible person. He's just
No,
he's
I'm
he's
incredibly stupid. I promise.
He's just incredibly
I-
stupid, and his head
I
is
can
full
make-
of concrete.
I can make it clear. I am not mad at him. I find it super fucking
Jum
funny.
is just incredibly dense.
It just was a point in time where I was so inactive in random randos, and you only like mention it in like a text thing there. And whenever I would open the channel in council, I just look at it and I go, okay, and I'd like click read messages and I just close it. I wouldn't read anything.
Okay,
So-
now we can go to culmination.
Woo!
Okay, the first question is from Infinitron, and he asks, what was your favorite part about making culmination? Easy answer, it was the overlay in the finale.
Oh, that was wild, dude.
Oh, that was epic.
I got so
that
much
was
fan
really
art.
cool.
Since
very
the
good.
conception of the season, I had that idea in my head, and so it was so satisfying to get to finally make that after it had been like vividly in my head the entire season.
It was really good. Looks so good.
It looked so good, and every single one of the portraits wasn't just like taking the assets from the original dead portraits. I painstakingly traced over every single dead port, and there were a couple that weren't used because Hammy updated their portrait, and there was another, I forgot what it was.
It was there's like one that's like five portraits in one or something because it's all the people who were in the walls many.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and also
And then-
Kleppy.
And then there was also a few extra people because there was one for Balanza who she did the music intro for Progressive Nightmares, and then there was also one for somebody else. Was it Mikey?
Ethan and Mikey, because Mikey
Yeah.
commissioned half bodies for the Scrap Nova Arcana season, and Ethan is self-explanatory.
Yeah, Ethan's a
obviously.
fucking trooper.
One of the basically to explain that, one of the 3 times the portraits loop, there sometimes one of them just gets replaced with one of the Easter egg ports, and nobody has pointed out when it happens.
Do it for a free $5 Amazon gift card.
Yeah,
Yes.
gift card giveaway.
What, Brett?
I looked through the entirety of council. The day that you did it was my birthday.
God.
Happy birthday!
The second question.
Real quick, anyway, before you ask another question, there's one thing that happened in Progressive Nightmares we didn't get to talk about, and that was the skull grind.
Or Shaman's death.
Well, the Shamans, there was so much that happened that season.
There's
like,
so much,
literally,
but we have to get a move on, man. The
Yeah,
skull
I
grind,
guess
the
so.
skull grind sucks. Shaman's death was super cool. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Okay.
Was it mentioned in
Don't
the
spare yourself
season
something.
that the skull
Wait.
grind was like 2 hours long or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was
Yeah,
horrible.
so I
What-
think I brought it up. I was watching.
Reel it back.
It was real. Well,
Culmination.
I wanted to bring it up real quick. It's
Reel
okay.
it back.
No,
Luke-
make me.
Luke asks, how did the idea for the story side concept of the final season come to be? Did you have any other ideas for how it could go? Did you have a different ending planned if the season had been a victory? First part of the question, the story side concept. I think I'm not really sure where the idea came from. I was just trying to browse ideas, just shopping for ideas in my head, and then I just thought of, what if the creator of Sony Vegas hates fan art cores, and I just kind of stuck with that. I had a bunch of other ideas. There was an idea where a sinking sailor, who was thought to potentially be in season 1,
Oh yeah.
was gonna be the antagonist due to jealousy. There were a couple other ideas I forgot about. But it was.
I remember the
For me, it was stuck between the sinking sailor idea and the JV Sony idea, and I went with JV Sony because I figured it would make more sense. What was the second part of the question?
Something about did you have any other alternative ways for the ending if it had gone differently? If I didn't die, basically. But you did. I know you had another plan.
I did have a plan. Basically, what would have happened is, after Jum broke all the crystals, I would have stopped spawning mobs, and I just would have slowly walked towards Jum with an iron sword in creative mode.
Would you have killed me, or would have had any chance to fight back?
I would have started trying to kill you, but you would still be able to win. After that, after you killed the dragon. Oh yeah, after the crystals would break, I had the idea of the overlay to just completely disappear with just static behind it.
Well, that would have been cool.
Lord. Yeah, I wish I had survived longer. I hate that I was the last one in some ways, because I just have a severe lack of inexperience with Minecraft at some points.
I did kind of screw you over with the lack of a water bucket, I'm gonna be real.
The lack of the water bucket, and also there's something
theoretically
else.
You could still have done it by placing blocks strategically to get down, but other than that,
yeah, but going the way up would have been fucking miserable too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no water bucket made it pretty much impossible for me to win, because I'm just not good. I'm not a good bow shot. I'm not. I get too nervous. I was so nervous, dude. It was 1 a.m. too. I was so nervous.
Yeah. After you would defeat the Ender Dragon, the last phase of the fight would just be a same gear to same gear PvP fight, just to settle it like men.
Also, the thing with sorry.
After, if I lost, which I wasn't really, I'm not good at PvP, so I imagine Jum would have won, he would have teleported back to the Progressive Nightmares world and just walk away.
Into the sunset. I probably would have gone out in some way. I would have been oh man, I did it, but I'm so lonely or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have done. That was I never really thought I was gonna get that far.
And you didn't.
I didn't, you're right.
The next question, which is just as involved, asks, why did Ennui, from Churro asks, why did Ennui die first? I'm stupid.
Oh, the fucking death was so funny, and
that's all we have to say about it. It was funny.
Yeah.
well,
It was funny.
can I mention how long it took us to find the White Fortress after that?
Yeah.
It was equivalent. It was an hour, right?
It was
an hour, and for a decent amount, at least half the time, at least 2 of us were flying around with maps.
We could not find it anywhere.
Yeah.
It was 1 hour and one sexual, not sexual.
A bit of a meta part. I agreed that to explain the flying around, I agreed that if they found a swamp biome, I would allow them to fly around to search for one. Just because it was taking forever, we just had to get a move on.
It was
yeah.
It was 1 hour and 1 gender reveal later we found it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that single hour is comprised into the Ennui clip, then that one random clip in between, and then Namor's death.
You died pretty early into the search, actually. I remember
Yeah,
that.
no, Ennui
15
died,
minutes in.
Yeah, 15
And
minutes
then
in. Nambo died after we discovered where the fortress was.
Yeah, we plopped ourselves in, and I think it was like literally 2 minutes, and then I was dead.
Yeah, it was shitty. We almost restarted, but we were just like, oh, we need to talk. Oh my god, the Y House, like, oh my
yeah,
god.
can we mention that?
After this
White House-
last question, please.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Sugar de Octo asks, what was the inspiration to make the plot of this entirely based on an over-pirated editing software? IDK.
Did I not ask a question anyway? I thought I did.
I think I kind of vaguely answered it, but like I don't know, the idea just kind of came to me, and if I did have a reason, I forgot.
I forgot.
I forgot. It made for a good plot, though, I think.
There is a, yeah, but there was a.
We have one
there
more
was-
category after this, that's the miscellaneous seasons, but we'll get to that after a little bit more discussion of cultivation.
So there was
Okay.
the one clip of White House died. The White House died before she died.
So, okay, I'll explain it.
Yeah.
So we got, so basically I flew around until we found I found the right fortress, and I plopped us about 150 blocks away, and then as we were walking towards it, knowing it was that way, Nambo died.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
I didn't.
and then
I was
we-
not alive to warn them about those terrible enemies.
And then we saw it, and I believe then I also had to go eat. So like we had like I was AFK for a while again.
Yeah.
Then we did the fortress, got up to the top where like you have to use the sword or whatever to open the door. And I don't know the mod very well, and so I think I like just walked up to it or something, and it flew me back off the fortress, and I died to fall damage.
And I kind of stepped in, was like, "That's stupid. I'm not gonna count that."
And I was,
It was
very
kind of-
appreciative because I have had, like, in all the scrap seasons, I have had, not in all the scrap seasons, but in most of the scrap seasons, I've had really dumb deaths.
I don't care if people are upset at me about that, because Wiles died like 2 minutes later, anyways.
It's
And-
nearly
and
the
that-
same thing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was like you got like. But I will say your original death was hysterical because we were just like it was so tense to climb up, and then you're just like, oh, let's walk through, and you get boing.
Yeah.
I feel so
and then-
bad about killing you, dude. I literally misgendered you for a whole season and then killed you, bro.
You're so
if that,
evil.
If that ain't a hate crime.
Okay.
That's
The
okay,
next category,
shit.
the last category we've got is just miscellaneous questions. First one from Icicle asks, "What your favorite death that you've edited /seen/had?" I guess we'll go in overlay order, so I'll go first. I'd say British's death and skill issue. Honestly, all three. It's just so good. I had a lot of fun editing it, and also it was funny.
Yes.
For all three of the people here who were in skill issue, you said?
No,
Yeah, for all three of the questions that was asked. or for all
Yeah,
three
edited
categories.
Oh,
/seen/had favorite.
Gotcha. Okay.
British go.
The one that I didn't edit anything, but my two favorite deaths, actually three, killing Cash, killing Null, and my death in season 1, which birthed I'll Be Good.
The first death in the series,
this is
which
fine.
might I
It's fine.
remind, British's death song in season 1 is a cover of "I'll Be Good," and his death in Progressive Nightmares is the original song.
Yeah. No, I was so happy when I finally recognized the song. I was like, oh my god, this is I'll be good.
Jum
Oh,
go.
sad white boy song.
Oh god. I think there's like, let me rack my brain.
Wait, when did
Definite-
you
I would say definitely one of the contenders is Null's invasion death because like the amount that just like shook me and White House to our core. Like that silence was not like edited in any way. That was like straight just me and White House had nothing to say.
Okay, to be fair, I'll intervene because that is complete BS. It was edited, but the like gap of time for the silence was still the same.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
mean.
just
Like there was no
completely
audio
muted-
editing.
I completely muted the audio there just because there
Yeah.
was like breathing and like whatnot.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, point being is like that was what it felt like. Really, it's just like it just was like tunnel vision, where like you just kind of couldn't really like process anything. It was either that one or God, there were so many good deaths in honestly, Shaman's death in whatchamacallit
Progressive
in
Nightmares.
Progressive Nightmares. The shock of everyone just returning
Oh
to see
yeah,
that
was
perfect.
also amazing.
That was so
Well,
good, dude.
that- That's easily the best off-screen death in the series.
Yeah, it's because we were all like we had all kind of I think we had all internally like accepted that Shaman was dead. I know we like
Everyone
joke
but
about.
TNT.
I know we kind of like had like, the Shaman
think-
truthers, like
I
Shaman
don't even
like.
remember. I was actually really split the whole time.
I know
I just went along with the memes with
Yeah.
I know
Shaman
that-
truthers and stuff.
But like I
I know
think for
that-
the most part, we all kind of were like Shaman would have shown up at some point. Like
I know TMP said like when we figured it out that like he thought they were dead.
yeah,
like,
but
or still alive. They thought they were still alive.
I was verbally knowing that Shaman died. I knew.
Yeah.
I killed Shaman.
But
It
yeah.
was me. It
But
was
yeah,
me,
I
Barry.
think we all just expected to get back, and Shaman's just
Uh,
not there, and it's like, oh, that's lame. But
next-
seeing the crater was like, mwah, you know.
Yeah, White House, go.
Okay. Cause the two of mine have already been mentioned, which were
I mean, you can mention them again.
yeah. I'm trying to think of any others though because there were some good ones. Oh, one of my favorites is me and Jum at the end of Invasion when the fucking creeper dropped on us while storming that stupid ass tower.
That doesn't really
Um,
count that much. It's post-death, but it's still
yeah,
funny.
I killed Nambo a few times in fucking
Sure.
scrap things.
I killed Nolan Cash once, and everyone talks about it. Whitehouse kills Nambo like a million times, and no one says anything.
Well, it was in all scrap season, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
Mine went scrap too.
Anyways, Nambo.
Favorite death I didn't have, like one of the, not my own. I mean, this is one of the obvious picks, but the frogs. Come on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
frogs.
It's
Oh
the
my
best part of
God.
DST1.
The fuck?
What's DST1?
The non-existent DST1.
That was
The frog's death.
yeah. I didn't realize I was actually going to die until right before I actually died. Like it was just like a, I went through like the 5 stages of grief just like in my own mind as that was going on. Like because
Listen for the tone shift so you can hear all 5 stages.
I hadn't taken the idea that I was gonna die seriously until I had lost like nearly all my health because I expected it to stop at some point. I expected the lag
Jum
to
was too
stop.
busy monkey balling.
It was just so ridiculous. It was the number one. That was the good to come out of DST. I also love.
Oh, I guess we could
my
go with Null now.
My death in skill issue. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
it simply because I died to frogs again.
Yeah.
No, what about me punching you off the roof?
I think
I fucking hate that death. All right, I was literally so mad. Like I was like, okay, I walked around. It's like I was so mad. I was like, okay, I need to pick up something that I can throw really hard. Nothing will break. And I found like a fucking box of towels. I threw it. I was so angry. Grr.
Anyways, Joe asks, what was
Oh,
the
okay.
best death for each season?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Just so this doesn't take forever, I'm gonna just answer it exclusively, in my opinion. Best death in season 1, probably White House. I think it's the best edited. I think it's the best built up. Season 2, Null, I guess. Sure, whatever, fine. None of those deaths are really interesting.
Lol.
But
Ralph,
Ralph.
because British Brigade murdered him.
I guess Ralph too. It's a tie.
I forgot I
DST1.
shot Ralph.
DST1,
The
Null
DST season.
easily.
Null.
Invasion, Null again. Between
Yeah, I know.
Lands,
Kind of a goat.
what about Between
Another
Lands?
goat died.
Honestly,
Jump-
Between Lands, Kashino, and
Kashino and
Niana.
Hannah for Between
Initiate,
Lands.
yeah, Cash
I
and
would
Niana.
really love to answer that set of questions.
Oh.
Wait, please, I'm not done! Burnout Fantasy, I'd say me and Noel's double death. Noel has good deaths. DST Skillshy British, Progressive Nightmares / Culmination Shaman. Okay, I'm done.
I think the only one I'm going to disagree with you on anyway is Culmination. My death was the best edited in Culmination because it was the culmination. It was the culmination of my character arc.
You're such a narcissist. Shut up.
I am.
I will say that your the surrounding area of your death, because it came out of nowhere, and then Noel's almost death.
I do like your death a lot in Progressive Nightmares.
Null, and it also ended. It began my journey in this world began with "This is fine," and "I'll be good," and it ended with "I'll be good." There was no "This is fine."
Yeah, your death section was really good.
I think. Okay, Noel, do you want to answer?
Yeah. There was in season 1, in MC season and it's really hard to figure. Okay, actually, yeah, with season 1, it was pretty easy. You and Nambo's death, that was really well. Yeah, absolutely.
I think it could have been so much better.
It could have. Right. Here's the thing. I remember seeing that specifically. When you made I remember I said something similar in like the comment of the finale of like, but I didn't actually expect you to be like good at making hardcores at all, and when you were, I was like surprised.
That's
I remember
so mean.
that I mean, I don't know, like people are bad at making hardcores until proven otherwise. That's how it goes in my book.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
You should be a judge.
I remember seeing the whole rewind section. It was a little slow, but I remember the reveal of it being really good, and also just like the music that you chose. You had really good music selection.
That the song for the Wither fight is one of my favorite song choices in season 1. I'll say.
Yeah.
Besides, "I'll be good."
Yeah.
And then season 2, I don't know what to pick. I guess
we don't have all day. Come on, man.
What? Are we out of time or something? Okay.
I have a hard cutoff of 10.
Lame.
Okay.
But yeah, with mine, my death in that hardcore was actually a suicide.
Yeah.
When
It was a slog.
I realized I was kind of bored. I realized the pacing wasn't good. I was like, what's the best thing I could do for this hardcore? And I realized it would be to die. And so I walked up to that ravine knowing I was getting shot at. But I was like, woo!
Okay, so Noel's death is a suicide in a tomb. My death is a suicide in a tomb. Nambo's is a suicide in a tomb. So
No,
3 out of
was lag.
Yeah.
you
but
said
you stopped
You were
running.
you were intentionally like getting very close to the boss.
You intentionally stopped running, and I quote unquote lagged out, and
Yeah,
You actually- I thought you actually
accidentally
lagged out.
walked backwards. No, I lied. I'm
And
being
anyone
completely
could do that
blunt.
because because you didn't have footage.
I'm confessing now.
3 out of 7 of us threw for content that season.
Tomb sucks.
I killed Ralph for content.
DST3, that one was, well, or we know which one.
We have like
that one.
okay, we have 5 more questions. We can do this. Otto asks, what was your favorite season, including minis to record and in Ennui case to edit? I'll go first. Even though I died 20 minutes in, Invasion is still my most memorable recording I've done, just from spectating. And along with, I'd say in terms of editing though, I'd probably give it to Culmination. British.
So, I'll say my favorite and my least favorite.
I know
my-
your least favorite.
My least favorite was my favorite was Invasion. My least favorite was the last season, whatever the fuck it's called
Progressive
again.
Nightmares.
Yes.
Damn. God, I want to say Invasion's my favorite, but I think like the entirety of like Culmination just being kind of like an emotional experience as well as an incredibly enjoyable one takes the. But Invasion is I hold it dear in my heart because at that point it marked like an emotional, like it marked like a really lovely journey in getting to hang out with like friends and just like
It
enjoy
was
something
such
at
a
the same
good
time.
Invasion is such a good capstone for the first 3 seasons.
It really is, yeah. It's like
4
part
seasons.
1 and then part 2 just popped the fuck off, dude.
Yeah. White House.
Well, my favorite one to record was Progressive Nightmares. But my favorite, like, compared to, like, my favorite of your editing compared to, like, what was recorded was Skill Issue. Because I really like the editing Skill Issue.
I'm surprised at this answer. I didn't know this.
White House.
Hmm?
That sounds like an issue and not an ish. Me.
Nambo.
He's gone.
What? Oh, bye. My favorite to record, I guess split into 2 categories. Conversation-wise, probably Progressive Nightmares, just because of the nether grind exclusively.
Oh, that was so
You're my best friend, Nambo.
God,
I feel like Progressive Nightmares is the season where Nambo is most like relevant. Like he had other seasons before that.
Nambo
But
got his hero arc.
My favorite session to actually play, like, gameplay-wise in, because Progressive Nightmares was not gameplay.
Yeah.
All-Stars, definitely.
All-Stars was
even though
super
it's
fun.
You fucking killed it in All-Stars. We could talk all day about that. We won't, but like, you had so many like gamer moments in All-Stars, dude.
I know. Nambo can either be like
Never talk
amazing.
again.
The thing with Nambo is he can either be like amazing or just complete dog water depending on the day.
It depends on when the creeper decides to drop on my head. Is it early in the season or
where-
late in the season? Who
Where
knows?
is your creeper
Or a
ward?
cloud. Or a cloud of dust.
You mentioned this in Minecraft 1. You had a creeper ward on your desk. Where did it go? You said it was supposed to protect you from creeper deaths. What happened?
Did I actually say that in MC1?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
not lying.
Oh,
No
damn.
gaslighting
Well,
here.
I guess we know why all those deaths happened.
You must
Anyway-
have lost it.
Anyways, Noel.
Oh yeah, I think my favorite season gameplay-wise was the very first season, and then recording-wise was the last season.
Makes sense.
I know
Next.
you have a soft spot for one, so.
This.
Oh wait, actually, sorry, real quick. If we're going gameplay, my favorite one, even though I wasn't in it for very long, was oh fuck, what was it? Nova Arcana.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I like how that like its healing system works, and I liked the map. And
I feel like we should just like replay that casually sometime.
That'd be
yeah,
fun.
'cause
Yeah,
I
was
love
just
how
about to say that.
I love how it functions, but I hated that trap.
Ennui HC Mini, Nova Arcana.
Anyways, this next question, I don't know if this is a person's name or if they're just genuinely their name is genuinely redacted, but Redacted asks, were there any guests you would have liked to have in the series but couldn't/wouldn't get them, and who were the planned guests? Most of the new guests I would invite at this point would probably be people that most of these guys don't know, because we don't really know a lot of people, to be real.
Yeah,
I don't want anyone here.
there
Who
are-
you
there
people?
are
Why'd
a
you
few-
kidnap me?
There are
Where's
a
my
few
truck?
people that I would say, but there is the chance of minis in the future, so I'll just save that for another time. Which might be never, I don't know. But
Get a quick salute to all the guests who showed up in scrap seasons and never got to see the light of day. Moment of silence.
moment of silence
Okay,
for
that's it.
Strato, Lumen, and
Oh, shit!
Avery.
Wait, who?
Moment of silence for Strato, Lumen, and Avery.
Oh yeah, poor Lumen. Lumen was so bummed that the season never got recorded. He was DMing me after I scrapped my original season with him. He was like, "Are you gonna record another one?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I wish I could."
For Ozzy asks, for the main seasons, if you could get one do-over at any point throughout the series, which moment would it be? This is another all 6 people question. Yay. For me, I kind of wish I lasted a little longer in Invasion. But besides that, I'm content with all my deaths, mainly. British, go.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I'm content with most of my deaths. The only one I wish it would be Invasion too, because I was Invasion. It was all me. I made the mod pack.
Yeah, you added, like, the Serene Seasons mod. Jum.
I think this is a pretty self-explanatory one, but I wish I learned after you did not need that sword during the boss fight that killed White House. So I wish I knew that going into it, because I wish it did not kill White House at that
I
fight.
kind of wish it was Jum and Wiles again, but also Jum being the last one left for 2 straight episodes was so good.
That's true, it was, but like I wish White House had died more naturally, if that makes sense. I just hate the way it happened. I hate the way it happened. I'm sorry. Do you forgive me?
It was like, yeah, sure. The most annoying part about that was the 20 minutes of watching you fight that fucking boss.
That boss fight sucked.
That boss fight sucked.
Also, at least you have to take your anger out by blowing the fuck up out of Burnout Fantasy.
Oh yeah, no, I blew the, all that destruction, most of that destruction was me because I was like.
It's you and Hammy, right?
It was me and Hammy, but I did way more than Hammy because I was kind of going insane with TNT.
Yeah.
White House. Now's your.
I honestly don't know, because like I want to say my HC 1 or 2 death, but I honestly don't mind them as much anymore.
Yeah.
I don't.
Nappy3 is playing Gmod.
Nappy3 is playing Terraria and T-Mod Loader and Gmod.
The lag maxing.
I think the thing I would redo, the only thing I can think of redoing is okay. I have 2 things. One is I wish I knew how to play DST better when we did skill issue. I know it was part of the thing, but I really felt bad because I could barely function in the game.
One of my favorite editing
like an
jokes
issue and not an issue.
British. One of my favorite editing jokes in the entire series is White House being like, "I'm at 11 hunger, by the way," which is like the Patrick image. That's one of my favorite edits.
And then the other thing was, I wish I had remembered during session 2 of Progressive Nightmares to take my meds, because I forgot to take my ADHD
Yeah,
med.
we were a little mean to British
And we
that
were
session.
really rude to British that session, and I feel really bad about it.
I
Yeah.
apologize.
We've discussed this in private before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a like. There's sometimes you deserve it, but like that was way too far. I think.
That death was
To
definitely
clarify, we
not
did
a
not say any
suicide.
slurs to British, don't worry.
That death was definitely not a suicide.
It was
Anyways-
not. I know you wouldn't die
Anyways,
like that.
Nambo.
Oh, wait, is it do over deaths or just do over any?
Do over
anything.
I mean, I would say I would have liked to live longer in Invasion because everyone who's talked about that season seemed to have had a blast with it, and I like didn't really experience any of it. But at the same time, like, it being a blast might have like, you know, redoing it might have not had it gone the same way. So I don't think I would actually.
Yeah, no, you would have
Eminem
ruined it,
though.
obviously.
I wish
would've
it showed
ruined
up
it,
on
totally.
time for
I feel
that
like
season.
your death in Invasion Nambo is like a huge shock because every other season Nambo does spectacularly, but then in this season he just dies instantly.
Yeah.
It's him and Ambo flashbanging.
Also, well, Nam, I think I could answer this one for you. You're walking off the fucking thing in Burnout Fantasy.
Nambo would not have
would-
gotten much
I would
further
say-
anyways. Let's be real.
I don't think I would have gotten that much further, and I think that's the funniest way I could have died. So,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm fine with that. I would have only wanted to redo it if there was another person alive at the same time. Because that could have been like interesting for longer, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lastly, Noel.
Alright, it would have been my death and Invasion for the longest time, but honestly, after Progressive Nightmares, I was so mad at my death, because I just had another stupid creeper death, like in Burnout Fantasy. Like, I couldn't believe it.
People would have been mad if there was a 5 people winning Progressive Nightmares.
Yeah, no, but I didn't get to do Culmination. That's what I was so sad. One thing is, like, I really did not want to be officially a one-win wonder, and that's what I was. The other thing, the reason I wanted to keep going on and on about deaths was that when British died and I picked up that Totem of Undying, I did the same thing I did in a tomb and I threw for content. I 1000% knew that Creeper was walking up behind me.
I knew. Believe me, Noel, I didn't say anything, but I saw on the spectator footage and I was like, oh, Noel definitely knows that's there. But I cut it
guess you
out.
could say actually.
And then I actually died to a creeper. If I didn't throw for content, I would have actually gotten blown up and lived with that totem
Yeah.
of undying, but I wasted
Well,
it.
that's what you get.
And that's what I get, and that's how I remain a one-time winner.
These
Idiot.
questions are really gonna drag this out as much as possible by making it so that we all have to answer it. But Woodsy
It's okay.
asks,
Just keep going. It's fine.
what was everyone's favorite moment / event from their time on the show? Doesn't have to be deaths, just anything. I'm not sure about my favorite moment. There were so many. I'd say just Progressive Nightmares in general. I had a lot of fun recording that.
I can zero in on something in particular if it's all right that we go out of order. The whole the whole Wither grind in Progressive Nightmares was
You're right.
was so much fun.
Yeah.
It had gotten so delirious and so funny.
Can we talk a bit more about that? No.
I was gonna say that mine was my favorite. Was not necessarily the whole thing, but getting the third skull. I got a noise complaint. For that shit.
He did.
It was such a fucking like it wasn't a noise complaint, but I went downstairs the next morning and my neighbor was like, "Hey, we heard like what sounded like banshee screaming," and I'm like, "Oh no!" And I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Imagine they're like trying to go to sleep because it was past midnight for everyone but me.
Alright, so important context.
And just randomly you hear, "We got the third skull! Fuck yeah!"
I was standing in my chair, dude. I was so excited.
For context, I was watching the NBA All-Star game when we first started the skull grind. We finished the All-Star game and we were still grinding.
Yeah.
I do believe it took longer than 3 hours.
It was two.
Yeah,
It was 2.5 hours. I
2.5?
think, at most.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was not 3 hours. It felt like 3 hours, but it was more like
It
2 to
felt
2.5.
like 5.
Now that let's get
like-
back on track. British, what was your favorite moment?
Oops, I felt. My favorite moment had to have been me desperately trying to advocate for a diesel engine, and then Nambo just breaking it with, "Is this a diesel nuts joke?"
Yeah. Like that.
I feel like a lot of
God.
our favorite moments are from Progressive Nightmares.
That session was so fucking fun to record. Like it was so good.
Session 1 was my favorite
Session 1 might go down as the best recording session we've ever had.
Honestly, yeah.
Yum.
I already answered. It was getting the third
Oh,
skull. That was just like the pinnacle of how chaotic that night was.
White House.
I will say, I think one of my favorites is, to say something that's not already been said, one of my favorites is actually Nembo's death in Invasion, because I still don't know how I didn't die too, because I got hit by the creeper down to like 3 hearts or something.
Yeah, you can't see because of the edit, but Wiles did get to like 3 hearts from that explosion.
The creeper, like, I got caught on like the last edge of the blast.
Yeah, it was like barely out of the radius.
And I did see it just milliseconds before it blew up and killed Nambo.
Speaking of Nambo, what was your favorite moment?
Outside of what was already mentioned for Progressive Nightmares related stuff, I actually think even outside of like recording the seasons and whatnot, one of my favorite experiences just related to this whole thing was like the first time that you uploaded like a fully edited draft of MC1 and getting to watch through that and like give the last kind of few mini critiques on it, but like just seeing how that first like edited draft was coming together was very, very like surreal.
I forgot, you used to be like the main draft watcher, and then you just kind of fell off on that.
Well, it's because
How could you?
I was watching more and more stuff, and there was like less and less stuff to comment on, at least for the types of stuff that I was picking up on, at least.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I watched. I think I mentioned this to a few people, but I watched through the entirety of Progressive Nightmares like 4 times before.
Dang!
Not to rush you guys. We have 6 minutes. We gotta.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
last question. Let's go.
Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. Wait.
Oh yeah, wait, no, I'm going twice because I'm gonna ruin your life. Okay.
Please.
Personal level, it would probably be like British's death and skill issue. I loved being witness to that death.
I'm
Okay.
going to burn this place.
We have
Okay,
6
good.
minutes. And we have just
Let's
don't-
just go.
don't
Let's
rush
go,
this
go,
last
go,
one,
go.
But after this, we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woodsy.
Run.
Okay. Woodsy asks, what was? Oh wait, no. I'm stupid. 3 Man asks, Do you think you might return to Ennui HC sometime like a few years down the line? If you did, would you still get the old regulars / guests together, or would you go down for a totally new group of people? What kind of season would you do? Okay. To be completely honest, I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up coming back to Ennui HC in like a year or two. I still really care about doing this. I still think it's really fun to do, and I imagine most agree.
Oh yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
assuming
I
everyone,
can't shake my head up and down because I'm crawling on the ground, but pretend I am.
Sleeping.
no, you can, kinda.
Can you see this?
I hate everyone. I don't
I
want
know.
to do this ever again. I'm leaving.
Anyways, assuming we all have all of the regulars available to do it, we would keep the same regulars. I would maybe add one more regular, unannounced right now, but I'm already thinking about it. Guests. Returning guests would probably be pretty samey. New guests, go figure. What we would do...
we have a year or two to meet new people with random randos. Join random randos today for an
Join Random
incredible
Randos.
gaming experience.
Dude, if you want to get into Ennui's next hardcore season, join today.
As for what we would do, that's a secret. Duh.
Probably something modded.
Yeah,
Probably something modded.
Probably
Go
Minecraft,
figure.
probably something modded.
Probably another stupid CTM map that'll get
Grand
scrapped.
Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Payday
Yeah.
2 Mini.
Yeah.
Didn't we have a joke at some point about doing like a Mario Bros. Wii Ennui core?
I think it was in the IRL meetup.
Yeah.
I mean, presumably in the meantime, you should have core to look forward to
Eventually.
right?
Censoring out the first part.
I mean, you get like one Knowles hardcore for like every presidential administration, pretty much.
Stop
So
burning
you
it
should-
down!
You should be able to look. You should be able to
Stop
look
burning it
forward to
down!
At least one season a month before Ennui comes back.
I also might be doing a hardcore. I don't know.
What?
No, you won't.
No, you won't.
And you want gonna do security hospital hardcore. Don't die while you try to beat up as many patients as possible.
Alright, I guess that's everything.
Did I not ask a question?
We should all say our final goodbyes for now.
British, do you have a question?
Starting with Nolan and ending in
I put a
Ennui.
question down. Did I not?
No.
no.
Oh.
I don't think I ever
Just-
asked a question.
So
I
we,
meant
should all,
to, and then I
we should
forgot.
all say our final goodbyes, starting with Nolan, ending with you.
Yeah,
Why
let's do it.
Ennui with me? What the?
No, because he was the host!
Yeah, I'm gonna start
No,
burning
it's
stuff to the
not.
ground.
British, stop! Please. Contain yourself. I still plan on doing stuff in the future, I'm just busier because of college, but I do have some stuff in the works that will come out eventually. I don't know. We'll see. British, say your goodbye. Don't burn the place down.
This is fine.
That's British's goodbye.
It was a pleasure. It was awesome. And if you want to draw me fan art of my character, I'm always, my DMs are open. I love art.
Why house?
I don't know. I enjoyed. These people are really good friends of mine and British. Bye.
Nambo.
Y'all are
Rambo?
peeps, but
That's
if you
really-
don't have if you don't have a water at your desk right now, you better go get one and stay freaking hydrated because it's good for you. Dang it!
I'm gonna
And
burn this
all.
place to the ground.
Well, it was
British,
a real.
please wait!
You're dead for good, British. Come on.
Shut
Well,
up.
it was a lovely time. I'm glad to be in your season and be a famous hardcore kid once and for all.
Damn it! I was trying to catch up.
And thank you to the audience for being a fan throughout the years. I greatly appreciate it. Here's to whatever I do next. Thank you for watching. Woo!
Woo! Sounds like an
And
issue, not an
end the
issue.
tape. Is that
If the
okay,
flash
okay.
died in
Wait.
Period-
I got one last thing.
Go one more time.
Now that we've stopped recording, JV, is this good? Is this good, JV? Is this good enough for you?
I think so. I think we did okay.
I think he.
I just wanted to fuck.
I
Is he
think,
gonna leave us alone now?
I guess he's cool with us now. Cool.
Okay, I hope. Okay.
See, the real JV Sony 1991 was the friends we made along.